But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
Godfather.
First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordill. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Ordill.
Stream title is going to look like Photoshop file name. Final Fantasy version 16 final.
Mentioned a new project yet?
I mean, you're right. It probably will. All right, I did not even ever go up here before. There's a quest up there.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless.
Is he gonna send us to find like a book with their names?
The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Okay. Let's see.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Here. It looks like there is something down near the hunt board. Might be something for Mid's oil or bones or shells. On the plus side, none of these side subquests have a subcomponent of a subcomponent with a 2-week time gate. Are we talking about legendary crafting right now?
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
Yeah, big
I
turtle.
do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumor of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway.
He says it weird,
Don't
adamantus.
expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
I guess it's like tortoise. Adamantus. Okay. Can I grab that, oh gosh, what's happening right now? Come on. Can I get the, quest in my room now? Let's see if it'll let me.
There's something about it.
In search of a lost tomb. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that will be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime, and it was a chance encounter with one such tome from a distance that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I'm willing to offer compensation for services rendered.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
I wish you could skip this screen so much. Come on! There's so many little, like, 5-second long time sinks and loading screens in this game, and it just adds up to such an amount of time. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hounds spent all this time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones.
What is it this time, Torgal?
The dog's got problems. Captain Doris. I and the other curse breakers have grown concerned of the well-being. Okay, this one I tried to take earlier and it wouldn't let me.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Let's see, starting over. Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you've done for Lostwing. In lieu of any awkward remerciements, I shall be sending several barrels of next season's vintage. I only hope they finally turn you off that foamy swill you and yours so covet. A new life. While the going was slow and not without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc, I saw Edda back. Oh, that's the pregnant lady. Back safe to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I like to think the poor lass opened up a little, telling us about her life and the life she wants for her baby, but I suppose it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Yeah, we were assuming the baby was a bearer. That's why she was safe. Got an achievement for opening a bunch of letters. Telemon Maid, thanks again for helping get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owain and them lot would still be stuck stilling blight water over a bonner. There's always room for improvement though, so don't get your knickers in a knot should I come a knocking at your chamber door looking for more spheres and ash and whatnot. There's a lot of notes here I've been ignoring, isn't there? Bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here so many years later we find that she spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? A flame none brighter. My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus. That's okay, I beat the crap out of them. But certainly you can understand that you're the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you've shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flames now burn. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. Gav. The Dalmex and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs barred like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realize what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Homecoming. I apologize for what happened at Rosalith. I fear what might have been had not you, Gav, and Torgal fought so fiercely. Once again, you were there when I needed you most, and for that I shall be forever grateful. Oh, I think that was when she got captured and almost killed. Seeing the city I had once come to know as my home reduced to flame and rubble has left me with much sadness in my heart, but the time for looking back is beyond us. We must focus on the here and now. Our memories will be waiting for us when this is all through. Okay, that's enough reading for now. Alright. Anything else on this map? It's freaking like 4 new things! Ah! They're like, here's another week of playtime. Final Fantasy Final version 17 final. Oh, wait, what? Cutscene. Poor Jill's been standing at a desk of unopened letters for weeks.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
So Doris, I think, was the leader of the squad that got jumped at the caravan before, and she blamed herself. Said she was a bad leader.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
Thank you.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture.
Sandwich.
I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
The author of that book, like, wait, what? I didn't do anything. Go talk to Tomes. And at this point, we've got like another year's worth of side quests. Maybe we should go take out Ultima and then do all this while the world's at peace. You know, just go kill God real quick.
Ah, Clive, my boy.
Besides, I have the ability of world map quest markers. You know, there's been so many isekais and stuff in, you know, anime where the person, like, goes into another world and they can open, like, an inventory screen or a stat screen. Never seen one with quest markers. Like, you know, they accept a quest to find some, like, lost item and they can immediately see a ping for exactly where it is. That would be kind of interesting. That's a
What pleasure it
superpower.
is to see you.
Harpocrates, there's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
And you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization.
Did they, like,
committed
burn
to the
books or just
collection
store
and
them somewhere?
Intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm.
Did they never get to Ash?
Rather less so across the strait.
So they
I
haven't
have a
been able
friend.
to police the books over there.
Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Also, if he's a zombie guy, I'll take him down while I'm there. Imagine an executor shows up and yoinks Harpocrates. He just yoinks the whole dude. He's like, you need a librarian. I'm taking the whole guy. You know that really fast sprint you can do when you're like outside of towns?
Say what you will.
I wish I could do that just like whenever I wanted. It would be nice. Hello, dog.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
I asked that when we
From
first
Sid,
saw him.
that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want my iron gone? You find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what you were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long.
Woof. Knew
Let's
it.
get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
He's like, this is my clothes.
You want me to go
You
with
mean to have
somewhere?
me fight naked?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
She's like, I get along great with people who can't talk.
Where to then, Torgal?
Oh, are we gonna... Okay, I was expecting to open up the world map and find he takes me to some other location, but it's just here.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west. Toward Rosaria.
Dude, the dog's obviously intelligent. Just pull out a map and have him point to
Why
it.
don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Dude, there's another one back. Oh my gosh. Okay, later. Later. Oh my god, somebody died. Alright, I'm gonna go fight God. I'll do the other stuff in a bit. I need to save the game too. We haven't saved it in a while. And we've done a lot of stuff.
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it... Clive, if you see me dad up there,
What?
tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
What?
Tell him. He'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well,
She's like,
behave
when you
yourself,
die...
lads.
We'll see.
My lady, I don't swing that way.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Boy, they all think he's going to die. None of them think he's coming back.
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
She's like, I can put him together if he's cut in half, but 3 pieces is where I draw the line.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite.
Second smooch time?
Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Totally unrealistic. A real dog would be just sliming him.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
He hugged the dog. You better give her at least a hug. Or she will forever remember this.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
She's like, you're my best friend. And he's like, no, goes into battle sad.
I know.
I know.
I love you too.
Okay, there it is. Oof, it was oof for a minute. Dude, every one of their friends and family are around them right now. About time. Jill, I love you, but I love Torgal more. What, the dame is here? What, and him? What, and the guy from the desert? Why are you all here? Martha, don't you guys have cities to run?
No. We have a god to kill.
Baja Blast! Okay, right now, he has not yet tested controlling Bahamut since getting drained. Imagine if he jumped and tried trouble transforming and then they all just fell in the lake. Or he jumps and transforms and immediately starts attacking everyone again. Did you save before starting it? No, I thought I could save afterward. I told you, Mark, Deanna's built different. First quest, practice fighting with a sword. No, first quest is get a cat out of a tree. Last quest, kill God. Yeah. Jill says Clive was pregnant. Yo, that was some serious hand-holding. Need to move the mouse for a minute. Make sure that GeForce Now doesn't kick me out. Technically, your first quest was assassinate Jill. Was it?
they come. Hold on, Joshua.
No, the very first thing. Whoa. Very first quest, we were controlling Phoenix and fighting Afreet, weren't we? That was like the opening of the game.